Today. It's our test day for what we're all working on together as a team. So whatever you've chosen as your improvement pose or your focus pose, we're gonna give ourselves a chance to obviously work on it, but then also to be able to kind of test and see within the week. So I'm curious if you guys were able, if you didn't get to attend class all the days, or if you put in any extra time working on your focus pose, because the goal was to work on it at least like maybe 3 times a week, and 3 times a week to do that deep breathing. So hopefully you got that in this week so that you can feel like you're making some progress. The moon is in Capricorn today, so we get that determination and that focus, and hopefully that lends itself for some kind of that attention to persevere and to keep working. And hopefully because we're choosing things, right, that we want to improve in, right, it's satisfying to work on these things. That's hard sometimes with like goals that we put. I know for myself, if it's not something that I'm actually like wanting to see in my life, or it's not something that's meaningful, it can be hard to stick to those types of goals, whether it's like an eating something or like a project or something like that. So I'm always really mindful of if it's worth it, right, I should be able to feel and sense things that change along the way that motivate me to keep wanting to do it. So we're going to tap into that earth energy today. So one of the concepts I want to work with, because we're going to work some balance poses today, and a lot of you chose that as your pose, is this concept of like really being able to root into the earth, to feel that stability and kind of grounded energy, to kind of like release tension as well. It's part of that kind of the benefit of earth energy, is it lets us kind of release and let go. So I want you to feel some of that as we're balancing, but at the same point when we use the breath, can you draw some of that earth energy up and through your body, like from the feet all the way up, to kind of lift and allow you to feel the supported energy holding you. So I want you to kind of play with that. We're going to use the breath for that. So we'll use the exhale to kind of ground into the earth, and kind of imagine like sending your roots down. And on the inhale, I want you to imagine that lifting up out of the earth in towards the crown of your head. So just become a visualization and breath kind of activation to work this, but that's a concept that I think might be helpful. So anyway, enough talking. I'm going to let you kind of sit and tune in. So find a place to begin, and you can let your palms rest open if you're feeling receptive today. You can let your palms rest down if you're feeling like you need to kind of close out sensory overload, or just want to pull back in a little more deeply, or you can do one of each. And go ahead and meet yourself. If you want to spray a spray, I didn't bring one, I realized, with me in here today. We want to set your space. Trying to separate yourself from the rest of your day, and letting this be a special time in which you connect to yourself, connect to your intentions, connect to your body. So start by noticing your breath. With every breath in, we're going to imagine taking some of that earth energy up through our body to let us sit a little taller, to lift the crown of the head, to feel that earth support. And on the exhale, we're going to allow ourselves to kind of ground down, releasing tension out of the neck, the shoulders, the jaw, the belly, any place at all. And to start that process right now, visualizing on the inhale, taking energy from the earth all the way up, almost like you get a little lighter in your sitting bones. And on exhale, feeling yourself get heavy, kind of letting tension roll out through your body. Just kind of do that a few times. And one more time in. And then rub your hands together. And form your intention today to practice, be it your focus pose that you want to work on and to keep developing skills and attention and awareness around, or anything else that you want to offer your efforts to today. Go ahead and bow your head towards your heart. Visualize your intention. Take a big breath in. Send your intention out on your breath out. And then release your hands. I'm going to come off my block, and if you're sitting on something, go ahead and do that too, unless it's a blanket. Extend your legs out in front of you so that you're flexing through your feet and sitting up nice and tall. Remember that breath work of grounding through the sitting bones on the exhale and lifting through your spine. So sitting up nice and tall, you can even use your hands to help sit up nice and tall and kind of feel that support. And then go ahead and grab that right knee and pull it in. Grab your left arm across your right shin, and we're going to turn and twist to the right. Taking a couple breaths to let the belly and the thigh kind of get a little closer. Your right arm can be your second spine. So allowing the right chest to churn to the right belly to churn, the left belly to kind of sink in towards the pelvis. And just taking a moment to kind of start to stoke your digestion, that kind of cleansing process so we can kind of cleanse off the week. And then untwist and place your right arm inside your thigh. So I've got to use my inner thighs for this, and press your thigh to your arm and turn to the left. It's a little bit of a different twist. This time the left belly and the left chest turn to the left, and the right belly kind of sinks in towards the back body. Remember your breath. Every exhale, releasing tension, maybe you're twisting a little deeper. Every inhale, sitting up a little taller. Untwist, and then right ankle crosses over left, and then pull the ankles in so that you have your ankles underneath your feet, so you're sitting in a cross-legged position. And then take your right arm out to the side and take your left arm up and over for a side stretch. Feel free to look down or let your head go. Really bring it into that whole left side chain. Feeling those sitting bones sink on the exhale, and on the inhale, that lift out of the sitting bones, opening to the left lungs. And then slowly coming up. And then just turning towards the right a bit and then walking your hands on the diagonal. So I'm kind of facing more of my knee. I can be on tented palms. Let your head go. So as I feel my sitting bones reach back, I'm going to feel that reach through my side body, my chest. You might feel a little gentle hip opening. Breathe in, breathe out. And then walk your hands back to the center. So neutralize that, kind of seeing what that feels like. Walk it over to the left. So now I'm facing, my sternum's facing my left knee. Kind of feeling that reach away with my right sitting bone. And then slowly coming up. Left arm reaches over to the left, and then right arm reaches up and over. And again, I can look down. I can flatten my palm if I prefer. Exhale, sinks the sitting bones down. Inhale, feels a little bit of levity through my right side body. Maybe that arm is straight, maybe it's bent. Couple more breaths. And then slowly coming up. Extend your legs all the way out. Sit up nice and tall, Dandasana. So feeling kind of those sitting bones reach down as the chest lifts up. So kind of that two directions, reaching and extending. And then go ahead and bring that left leg in. Right arm's going to wrap across. It's okay if you just touch your knee or shin. You don't have to wrap the arm if that's too much. And then left arm is your second spine. So sit up nice and tall on the inhale, and on the exhale, churn a little deeper. Right low belly kind of hugs in towards the midline of the body, kind of back a little bit. Really use your breath to kind of cleanse and detoxify. You can even kind of imagine in the twist, kind of detoxifying tension in your body, kind of negative thoughts or anything just kind of you feel like you're holding on to in the body. It doesn't feel very helpful. Okay, untwist. Left arm goes inside the body, right arm just kind of presses by the right hip, and then turn and twist. Feel those inner thighs start to fire a bit. Keep sitting up tall. It's okay to have a blanket. And then let that go. Left ankle crosses on top of right. Pull the legs in so that you're sitting cross-legged, crisscross applesauce, and then left arm's gonna slide out to the side, right arm open over. So you might decide to change it. So maybe you hold on to your head, maybe it's a neck release, or you can just repeat. Really let yourself sink in. Lift the sternum on the inhale. Come on out, and then facing your left knee, walk your hands out. It's okay that that right sitting bone gets a little lighter, but do see if you can feel like it reaches back and away. So you kind of get that stretch in your low back. This should hopefully help that low back, that tension there. Walk it out to the center. It's okay to round your upper back. Feel your sitting bones reaching back behind you as the chest starts to climb forward a bit. And then walking it over to the right. Feeling the left sitting bone reach away. And then dragging your fingertips back in. Last time on the right, so right arm down, left arm up and over. Remember, you can change it up. So you might decide to do neck release or grab the head or anything that feels good. Nice deep breaths. And then slowly coming up. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of core work. So I'm gonna show this to you facing you, then I'm gonna turn sideways on my mat. And I'm gonna show you something else to do if this is bothersome for your low back. So I would say if anything going on low back wise is going on, I would not do what I'm about to show you. I'll show you something different. So I'm gonna have my legs out to the side. And I'm gonna go ahead and bend kind of my knees. And then I'm gonna take my right leg and I'm gonna extend back and then come back up. Either toes can slide on the mat, or I like to kind of hover. So I go back and I come up. And I can hold on to my leg if I want, or my thigh. So I'm exhaling as I kind of tuck the tailbone under, and then I inhale, sit up tall. So if that's not a great pose for you, I want you on your back. And I want you to grab the knee and extend the leg. Okay, so I just hold on and extend. So that way my low back stays long the entire time. So check that out. The only trick with this is not lifting with your neck. So try really hard to let that contraction be what happens. Okay, so keep going. So I'm going to use a forceful exhale, and I don't have to grab my legs. You're going to feel your hip flexors a little bit. Don't worry, we'll stretch those out. Just want you to feel that rounded upper back. So you're starting to feel that nice deep work in the core. We're going to do this for about 15 more seconds. Try to soften your neck. Last 4. Remember, the upper back stays rounded until you come up to a seat. Last 2. And last 1. Good. Go ahead and come all the way down on your back. And, excuse me, let your knees splay open. Hold on to your shins and relax. Let a sigh come out. Bring the knees back in. Hug onto your right leg. Extend through your left leg. So I'm hovering. Feel a little stretch there. Bring both knees back in. Extend through your right leg. Feel that stretch across the right hip flexor. Bring your right knee back in, interlace behind the hamstring, and then straighten your right leg. Bring that knee back in, switch the legs, right leg down, left leg up. And then come back to that Baddha Konasana, almost like you're doing Malasana pose. So you can even let your heels come in if you want, and your feet come in, or you can let them separate. Let's do that again. Hold on to your right shin, extend through your left. This time if you want to go a little wider, go ahead. Switch it out. And then hold behind the right hamstring, either straighten the left leg or bring it just down to the floor. You can hug it in a little bit closer if you want. Switch it out. And then one more time, hold on to the shins of the ankles. Nice, pull the right knee in, extend through the left leg. This time go ahead and ground through the left leg and pull that right leg in. You can make some circles. And then turn it into a pigeon on your back. So externally rotate the right leg, hold on to the side of your shin or the inside of your ankle, and kind of let that heel come down towards your pelvis. So I'm letting the leg kind of swing open, heel comes down. So if you're not getting a lot for that, I can kind of lift up and I can kind of like baby cradle my foot and my knee. This requires a lift, so you may not want that. Or you can just hold on a little differently and play with the positioning of your leg. Okay, let's switch it out. So grab onto your left leg, extend your right leg all the way down, pull that knee in. If you want to pull it wide, you can, or kind of vacillate side to side. And then make it into a pigeon. So again, if you just keep the heel down and low and you're not getting any sensation, play with the positioning. So you might have to lift the ankle. I might have to hold on to the foot. If you keep an active foot, which means you flex your foot, you're going to protect your knees. If you have tender knees, do be careful not to let that ankle just completely go limp. Nice deep breaths. And then both knees come in, interlace your right leg. Again, you can straighten through the left or you can keep the knee bent. You want to do a couple bend and straightenings just to get a little higher perhaps. Maybe you can hold a little higher in your leg. Bring both knees in, and then last time on this side, leg straight or leg bent. Maybe you come up a little higher. And then both feet down. Let's neutralize with a bridge. So go ahead and lift your hips up. Hands can be palm down or up. Lengthen tailbone and just kind of get a neutralization. So hopefully your low back and your hips feel a little bit more warm and mobile. Let's go ahead and release the hips down. I'm going to come to kneeling and just to face you to show you what we're doing, and then I'll turn once you get the hang of it. So we're going to be sitting in Vajrasana rock pose. So you're on your heels and my knees together, my ankles are together. If this is uncomfortable, you can roll a blanket and place it in between your ankles and your seat so that I have a little bit of like a throne. Okay, so I'm sitting back. And we're going to do some arm variations where we're going to open the chest. So the thumbs are going to reach back. My chest is going to open. And I'm going to bring it all the way in, bring my forearms together and stretch the upper back. And I'm going to open the chest, thumbs go back and in, my sternum lifts, and then bring it in. So inhale, exhale. So opening up upper body. Let's do 2 more. And then this time, inhale, open, and then exhale, curl back down. We're going to come up to kneeling, and then we're going to step the left leg forward. So this is where I'm going to turn in my mat so that we can step in. And I'm going to come into a lunge. Now, we're going to be doing this over and over again, so I'm going to slow it down the first time. Go ahead and bring your ankle in so that you have a straight line, and it's perpendicular to your left ankle. So you're like you're in a warrior 2. Okay, so you're going to come here, inhale, open, and then you're going to exhale, twist and turn. So I'm letting my hips release. I'm just twisting my body to the side. Inhale, open like a warrior 2. Exhale, letting the hips release, turn. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist and turn. Couple more. Stretch out. And then come to that warrior 2, and then go ahead and let your right hip, or your right hand hold your left hip, and do a little lean away from your front thigh. So I'm kind of using the resistance of my hand and my hip to let myself fall towards the back of my mat, letting that right thigh, or left thigh rather, excuse me, come forward. Okay, take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, and then go ahead and come up, and we're going to turn towards the right. So I'm going to let my right arm come down. And I'm going to do that side stretch, or I can straighten the left leg, and maybe there's a little bit of a back arch. Palm can be flat, or you can be on tented palms. So now we're going to turn towards the back of the mat. So both hands come down. So I'm in a spinal balance. So I'm going to take my right arm forward, my left arm back. Can you remember that earth energy of that inhale getting levity and lightness? And on the exhale, finding contraction, press the right knee, the left palm. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Now, last time, put your right palm down and lift your chest. So can you find that levity in the spinal balance? So I want to find that lift on the inhale. On the exhale, I feel my palms press down, my right knee. Then tuck your right toes under and lift your left leg up and back. 3-limb down dog. And this oftentimes requires a repositioning of the legs. Feel that lift of the left leg. So can you find that breath work again where we ground through the right heel, the hands on the exhale. And on the inhale, maybe there's a lifting of a heel and a levity of lightness. Lower it down, exhale, inhale. And then you're going to step the left leg forward. I want you to take your time. So first, just come to your fingertips. We're going to launch into a warrior 3. So find that circumference of your left heel, find your core, bring your hands to your heart. Taking your time, send your body up into a warrior 3. Now, just like we did in the breath work, your exhale roots you down. So find that rooting sensation. And on the inhale, can you find that lift as if you're sucking through a straw? The lift. We're going to hold for 5 more breaths. Do your best. Keep the core active, just like that spinal balance. And then go ahead and step it back for a warrior 1. So you have to reposition and then go ahead and find your warrior 1 with your hands at your heart. So solidify that back leg, lean on forward, and we're going to twist to the left. So you can twist with your hands at prayer. You can bring your left forearm to your thigh and twist. Like so. It's just a different variation if you want a little bit more support today. This is a great one for the low back, right? Because the low back's not going to have to work as hard. Bring that left hip back. Keep your breath going. Use this twist to kind of cleanse and detoxify. Lift the chest on your last inhale. And on the exhale, both hands down. So this is a really funny pigeon. You're going to place your left shin down just like we started in Vajrasana rock pose. And then walk your right toes back. So I can stay lifted, which I tend to like. It's a nice right hip flexor stretch. Or I can come down to my forearms. Or I could use blocks. If this is troublesome from your knee, come to a low lunge with your foot flat. It's a very weird pigeon because you see my knee and my ankle are in one line. This can be good strengthening work if you want to push your left shin down and maybe bring your hands to your heart, your hands up. So on the exhale, I want to ground down. So I want to feel my left shin press forward, my right toes press back. And on the inhale, I want to lift to my inner thighs and my core get a little levity, almost like I'm breathing in the pose. You can kind of see I'm moving up and down. And then as you're ready, bring your hands back down. Plant your palms, tuck your right toes under, and then go knee to your nose. Come back to plank. Right leg to your nose. Lift your hips, cat your back, come back. Just like we were doing on our backs. We're going to do 4 more. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. You really press through your hands, get light. And then one more time, that downward facing dog. Breathe in and reset. Now let's practice a really careful chaturanga. So one in which we keep the chest lifted, the shoulders on our back. Feel that really big strength on your back body. So come forward to plank. If you need your knees down, please do that. Then go ahead and put your shoulders on your back and lock them down toward your toes so they're not up by your ears. Keep that, rock forward. Bring your elbows into your body and pause for your chaturanga. All the way down, we'll do cobra first. So untuck your toes. Walk your hands to the position that's best for you, elbows in. Pull your body on your inhale, get long, then the heart continues to lift. And I'm letting the shoulders be on my back. My head's in position with my neck. And then all the way down. Let's press back to a child's pose, or all fours if your low back prefers that. No easy way to do it other than just walk the shins back, and I'm facing the middle of my mat. You're welcome just to face right where you were. I'm just gonna face you. Let's start side two. We inhale, we open the chest, the thumbs go back, so I should feel a nice big chest opening. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. Pat your upper back. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale. Let's do one more. Stand up on your knees. Inhale. Big stretch. And then exhale. Bring it all together. Come back to your hands and knees, or your knees, and we're going to step the right leg forward and lunge. I'm going to kickstand my left ankle behind my right heel. And as I do this, I can kind of lean forward and twist. Then I'm going to come back out, warrior two. I might have to reposition heel to knee. And then as I come forward, I twist. You can do any arms that you want. So if you prefer this arm position, that's fine too. Come out and then twist. Should feel a nice little opening through your groin here as we do that. And then just keep going. Any arms, turn and twist. Open up, turn and twist. And then come back to that warrior two. Left hand, left hip, press into it. Right arm reaches up and back, and I let that right thigh kind of come forward a bit. Should feel opening through here. Now come back up and just kind of slide your left hand down to the floor. It's better to straighten your right leg, please do. And maybe there's a little opening here. A little back bending. And then as you're ready, plant the hands, and I'm gonna come and get ready for that spinal balance. So before I start, I wanna feel the gravity, right? Pressing down, feeling the support. So spread out through your hands. Then my left arm will lift, and I'm going to inhale, I'm going to get a little lighter. Exhale, I'm going to feel that stability of left knee, right palm. Inhale, I get lighter. Exhale, blow it out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, and then this one, place your left palm down, come to spinal balance. Tuck your left toes under, three-limb down dog. A prep for warrior three. So a couple times, feel that heaviness of the left heel, that pressing of the palms in the mat, and then maybe get a little lighter as if you're pulling your navel back. Just kind of pulse that a few times. Just let the breath do its magic. Then as you're ready, the right leg's going to step forward. Come to a lunge first so that you can feel really supported. So keep those left toes tucked under. Right heel firmly plants, right hand or hand to the heart. Then I'm going to take my time so I don't have to rush to transition nice and slowly into a warrior three. So I really want to feel on the exhale, grounding, spreading of the feet. And on the inhale, as if I'm sucking through a straw, I lift my energy. Now take 5 more deep breaths. You guys keep going. I'm just going to watch for a moment. Yeah, lift that back leg. There you go. Nice, James. Yeah, keep breathing, you guys. Yeah, good. Press the floor away. Straighten that leg, that standing leg. Good. And then land in a warrior one. So I'm keeping hands at my heart. So feel the earth beneath you. Like let that dissipate any energy from the balance pose that got tense. So either hinging forward, keeping that back leg reaching and twisting in the air, or bringing your right hand to the small of your back, and I can either press into my outer right knee, or I can bring my forearm down. Blocks can be nice too. Twist nice and deep. Churn the belly. You can look down if the neck's getting cranky. Feel that back leg reaching and feel this right hip drawing back. Okay, one more breath. Feel that lift of the chest. And then hands down. It's that funky pigeon. So remember, knee and ankle one line, and then I have to walk the left toes back. Then I can stay upright if I want to work some strengthening, and I can kind of work that lift and lower. So think about like flattening out, getting roots, and then lifting up. I can grab mat edges. That can kind of help give me some balance. Or if I need to have my hands forward, just go for it. Go ahead and sink on in. Whatever feels good today. Okay, bring your hands down. So tuck your left toes under. So we're gonna do it 8 times. I'm gonna like pat my back, but I'm pulling my navel so my tailbone lowers. And then I'm gonna come to plank. And then I'm gonna find that levity exhale. Inhale. Exhale, use your core. Inhale. Keep going. Really use your breath. Stoke that digestive fire. Last 2. And then press to down dog. Pause, breathe. You can bubble your lips, sigh. Kind of feel the energy ripple through. So let's try that chaturanga, really strong work. So I'm going to show you on your knees because sometimes that's the best method to really get that feeling of support on your back body. So belly in, ribs knit back, shoulders on my back and down. Then I'm going to come forward, pull the elbows in, try to keep it all together as I go down. We're going to go locust pose. So you can fly the arms back, lift the legs, keep the neck long. And then lower the legs, plant the hands, and we'll press back to downward facing dog. Shins down. And then we're going to sit back. So adding on a little bit, changing it up. Okay? So same work as we start. Inhale, exhale. When you really feel the front and the back of the heart. Stand up on this one. Inhale, maybe hands to the small of the back, maybe a little bit of lift at the chest, pressing your hip, the upper flesh of your glutes down. And then exhale. Step your left leg forward, coming into that kind of lunge where we kickstand the leg. Okay? So we're gonna come forward and we're gonna bring the arms up a bit. And then we're going to come back and we're going to straighten that left leg. So it's just kind of a different variation of the same pose. We're just kind of being mobile with it. Just kind of letting the hips open. Now straighten the leg right where you are and hip hinge. So feel the hips rock back as you straighten the front leg. Now come back forward, lift the arms. So you have the hips in a kind of awkward position, which hopefully doesn't hurt your knees, but gives you a little bit of sensation in the hips. And then open it up to warrior 2. So bringing that left hand down by your left thigh, taking your right arm up. And I'm kind of pressing the 2 together to kind of open the chest. And if it's too much for my arms to lift, I can have my hand at my waist. I'm trying to bring my right waist up. I can look down. And then as you're ready, with the right arm lifting, come all the way up, straighten this left leg out. And then hinge into a side stretch, now getting into the hamstring. So I can use a block here if that's helpful. Same thing we did earlier. With reaching to the side body, on the exhale, sinking down, and on the inhale, that levity and lightness. Okay, bringing that right arm to the floor, lifting the left leg like a half moon. So I want you, since you have the right knee down, to feel that stability on the exhale, pressing through the right knee, pressing through the right palm. Then that levity of the outer body, lifting on the inhale. Yeah, good. And then as you're ready, turn towards the floor, reposition. And now we're going to take it to a diagonal. So the right arm to the right, the left arm to the left, and just tap and lift. Tap and lift. You're going to be feeling outer hips. So exhale, we feel the gravity. Inhale, we let the breath give us some levity. One more. And then bring the right arm down, tuck the right toes under. It's a weird down dog. Left leg all the way out to the left. And then just bring it down, nothing fancy. Walk your hands to meet your feet, back of the mat. Hanging that forward fold for a moment. You can bend the knees if you want. And then roll your way up nice and slow. We're going to do a walking tree. So I'm going to step my right leg forward, left leg just steps into tree. Left leg, right leg. And it will end with right leg, left leg. So hold your tree. On the exhale, finding that root. On the inhale, finding the levity. It's okay if your foot's at your knees and you didn't position it there. It's going to be nice and strengthening for your inner knee. Okay, so watch what we're going to do next. So we're going to come into a half moon by just separating the foot and the knee and hinging at the hip and straightening that left leg. I want you to imagine what we just did in our hand on the floor. So I'm finding the groundedness and I'm finding the levity. Same thing. If you need to have your hand on a block, see I have this nice handy railing here. Take another deep breath and then step on back to warrior two. Okay. You have your right leg forward now. Arms up. Right arm to the right thigh, left arm up. And then turn your chest without moving your hips. So you just can kind of feel that pressing down, that groundedness and the levity. You can let your head go. But do press and open that right inner thigh. Couple more breaths. Find the strength of your legs. Okay, both hands down. This is a funky pigeon as well. I'm going to come to my right hip. And I'm going to bring my right shin forward. I'm on my right hip completely. My left leg can be at 90. Or I can start to straighten it. I'm completely on my right hip with 90 degrees. I can either come towards my knee. I can come towards the shin. And I can try to start straightening this left leg. You'll have varying degrees of sensation. And I can come forward. It's just an unloaded pigeon. But I can start to move my body towards the left to get more sensation and to the right to get less. Do flex your right foot. Now find that groundedness where you release the striving and the trying so hard. And on the inhale, maybe there's been a little bit of lift. Now on the exhale, we just kind of let the body melt. So just kind of feel that through the breath. Okay, one more breath. And then you're going to slowly slide out. Come to all fours. And then if you have blocks that you want to use for this, you certainly can. We're only going to do it 6 times. But we're going to come to plank, and we're going to go exhale, plank. I'm crossing. Exhale, plank. Exhale, plank. Use your breath. 4 more. I like the hands on blocks because it makes it a little bit more accessible for the shoulders. 1 more. You got it. Knees down. Shake it out. dolphin pose to prepare for our headstand later. So if you have blocks, turn them so that they form kind of a little bit of a triangle. Bring your forearms there. My thumbs can reach up to my armpits. Let your head go. If I don't have blocks, totally fine to be doing this just on forearms. Tuck toes and lift up. So I want that kind of that gravity to be felt from the elbow pressing towards the palms. That's where I want to feel that press, the gravity. And then that lift and levity comes from my pelvis through the core energy so that I kind of lighten up the shoulders. You'll need this when you kind of lift up into headstand, right? Because we got to have the levity lifting, but the grounded support to anchor. Okay, bring your knees down. Relax. Okay, we have one more side. So breathe, take it in. I'm going to turn. Okay, last time, you guys. Inhale, open. Exhale. Stand up on this one. Maybe the hands roll back to the small of your back, and it's a mini camel. Let the flesh of your glutes descend. Let the sternum rise. And then slowly coming up, and then pulling it in. Just let the upper back stretch, core engaged. Step the right leg forward. Kickstand this left foot in, and then again, I'm going to lift up. And then I'm going to straighten the right leg. So I kind of have to play with this a little bit. There's not really a right or wrong. It's just some hip mobility work. So from here, we're going to straighten that right leg out and then hip hinge. And it's awkward because this knee is not right underneath me, right? I'm kind of to the left. Just gives a different angle. And then slowly coming up, coming back into the lunge, lift up. And then come out of it, come to that warrior two. So now I will line up heel and knee. Slide my right arm down my thigh to a block or hold the ankle, left arm up. So I'm trying to get that right rib cage to knit through so I can find that twist. I can look down or relax my head. And then as I'm ready, I'm going to come up and I'm going to slide that right leg out. And same principle, now straight leg. Let your head go, find that levity on the inhale, gravity on the exhale. And then taking the arms up, sliding them down. It's our half moon prep. So it's okay that my knee's not directly underneath my hip. Find your structural support of your palms, strong shoulders, and then lift off and find your levity. So there should be that balanced effort of the groundedness and the lift, right? That helps you feel like you're not overworking, but you're also not kind of surrendering into the earth without a lift so that you feel heavy. As you're ready, come on down, reposition yourself. So now we're going to go diagonal, right leg to the side, left arm to the side. I get heavy, I get light. It's like that balance of the interplays that helps us kind of take in that earth energy so that it doesn't go too heavy, but that we keep that earth energy as we lift. And then as you're ready, put both hands down, keep this leg out wide, your right leg, and then come to that funky downward facing dog. And then just bring it in. Walk your hands forward to the back of your mat. Enjoy your forward fold for a moment. Shake your head out. Bend the knees and roll. Okay, walking tree. And this is just to like allow ourselves to kind of gather momentum, right, left, right, And then left is when we hold. I'm running into the wall, so I'm gonna back up. Okay, so wherever I am, and if I'm wobbly, it doesn't matter. Ground on your exhale. Feel your body descend. On the inhale, it's a very gentle, subtle lift from the earth and draw that energy up your spine. Keep going, you guys. Yeah, nice. Okay, just separate your foot from your thigh. And as you hip hinge, just extend that leg back behind you. Yeah, nice, Rachel. Yeah. Good. And then just bring your hands to your hearts. So in a sense, the outer edge of your right leg is lifting. So it is a half moon. It's not a warrior three. So turn your right waist up. Yeah, while you keep hands at heart. Good job, you guys. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, go ahead and land warrior two. Awesome. Find your feet. Take your arms out. And then hand to the thigh, and I'm pressing down and forward to kind of get that earth energy. And then I'm reaching up as I turn the right waist up. And I can look down. So feel both. Okay, one more full deep in breath and out breath. And then both hands down, funky pigeon. So I'm gonna come to my left hip, form that right angle, knee angle, and then this right knee can be very bent if that's supportive, or if I wanna work a little bit more opening, I'll start to straighten it. I can come towards the outside of my left thigh, towards the knee, or towards the ankle, right? That can be even more intense. And I can stay lifted, or kind of like we did when we had our crossed legs and we worked on the diagonal. This is that same thing. A little bit more challenging though. So sink into your breath and get heavy on your exhale. Get light on your inhale. And just let the breath be this like dance of not overdoing it. Yeah, good job, you guys. Yeah, let your head go or get heavy, your jaw. Awesome. Take 3 more breaths. And then when you're ready, slowly come up. Reposition, and then you have 8 times of the plank with the blocks if you want them. I didn't show you this, but you can be on higher settings. It doesn't really matter. So we start in plank, and they're bringing the knee to an outer elbow. Exhaling, I'm keeping my shoulders strong. So I want you to reach from the shoulders to the hands and press away. So 8 times total, that's it. Yeah, nice work, you guys. Yeah. You will feel your core. And it also stimulates, because we're twisting, again, it stimulates the digestion. So after your 8, bring your knees down, roll your wrist. Shake them out. Okay, and then one more dolphin. So again, want to make sure everyone knows how we're doing this. So when my thumbs reach the lower parts of my armpits, that's generally the distance my elbows need to be apart. Then from here, I'm just doing this, similar to what this was. Okay, so I can angle my blocks in on whatever setting. I reposition. Then I'm going to let my head go, and I'm going to cat my upper back. That's what we did in the earlier stages when we were rounding and opening the chest. We start that way, and then I find my core. And as I lift the hips up and back, my upper back will not be as rounded. But I want to descend the energy from my armpits through my forearms towards my hands. And then the levity is that lift from the belly towards the sky. So I can feel the groundedness and the lightness, so I don't feel overwork in my neck or shoulders. Okay, last breath, and then bring your knees down. Okay, it is time for your focus poses. So everyone's got a pose that you're working, and so remember we were trying to find a way to measure your progress. So it was things like holding a plank for a minute. So you're going to time yourself in a minute, or I'll time you if you'd like. And you're going to see how it feels. And really you're going to try and work on all those concepts of lifting. That's one way. You can try how long you can stay in the pose if you're doing a balanced pose. Okay. So yeah, so first we're just going to try the pose. We will do headstand another time because we're going to end that for our inversion, and I'll break it down more. So you get a double shot of that, Kathleen. When you're ready, and always unmute yourself if you need anything, but try your pose. Remember, you want something to qualify like your progress. So maybe it's like the blanket under your heels to see how far the heels are reaching. Yeah, nice, Kate, yeah. So lift that sternum, Kate, even when you're lifting up, yeah, feel that sternum lift towards your back body, good. Maybe you're noticing the ease. Don and Jen, did you guys time yourself? You can, no, okay. Well, shoots, okay, I'm gonna keep watching. This one might be a little longer. You're like, thanks. I'm watching it now though. Nice, Guido. Okay, in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and come out. Whew. Yeah, breathe, shake it out. And just kind of notice how you feel, right? It's only been a week, so it's not like you should feel like miraculous things have necessarily happened, but maybe you feel like you have some new things to work on within the shape. So feel free to now unmute yourself if you have a question or you have like a comment or like, this felt weird.
My wrists don't hurt, but I felt like I used more of my other parts of my body, so they were shaking more.
That's good. Quivering is good. That's new muscles. Yay. That's awesome. Congrats. And you guys probably held it longer.
We did.
You did. Anybody else have anything you want to share or ask, or anybody?
I mean, when I do that squat now, it doesn't feel like my groin is gonna like snap in two. So that's progress.
I would say that's progress. That doesn't sound like that would have felt very good.
No, it's
Good. Guido, Kate, do you guys have anything you want to say or anything that felt good? Yeah, Guido, you were like holding that like a champ, and Kate, you looked really strong coming in and out. Yeah. How were headstand, Kathleen and James? How was yours?
I got right up first time.
Yeah, nice. That's awesome, you guys. James, how was your balance?
Getting there.
You're getting there, nice. Good, awesome, you guys. Well, thanks for working on it again. Let's start to calm it down, calm the energy. So we are gonna do headstand all together, okay? So I do like, that's a pose that is nice and calming, which we can definitely use. I'm gonna give you an alternative if that one isn't a good one for you, because if you have anything going on in your neck, definitely if you just have tightness there, or just, you know, that headstand bothers you, then let's don't do that. So let's talk about like the fundamentals of headstand. We have to have strong shoulders, strong core, and that levity and that lift that we've been working on. You gotta have the reach to the feet. If the feet are like noodles, all that weight compresses to your head. And so you're gonna get heavy, heavy, heavy. That's like that overuse of that earth grounding, right? We gotta get that support. So when we set it up, we have the center of our head, and everyone is different. Some people have flat center of the head, some people have rounded. So if that's you, it can be sometimes like difficult to find that spot. But the top of your head and your hands form a triangle, an equilateral triangle, right? So I don't want to have my hands and my head in one line, right? So then my elbows will splay and I have no sense of like security. So I want to hug them in.
So I have head and hands. And if you do nothing else today, but from your shoulders and your chest, push into the hands like you do in plank and feel that lift out of the head so that your head isn't pushing down, but more you're feeling that lift off the mat. You don't do anything more than that and activate your core. That's a great headstand prep. And you get the stimulation of your of the top of your head, which is nice. So that might be a good starting point. There are many different ways to go into this shape. So again, I want you to feel shoulders on your back and push and drive. So I have always liked this way, and you can back up to a wall and I balance here. I like this because we started with this, and then I can push through my feet and press up. I like that. That helps me. For some people, that is like a deterrent. You'll fall right off, right? You can't, that is not an accessible way. So you can do it from straight legs. It's much harder, I feel, to lift that way. That's where a wall comes in. You can certainly kick up in a wall. Just be very gentle with your head. When you get up, reach through your feet. So activate your toes or your heels like we did when we were doing this. Reach, okay? So try any of that, even just your hands down on your head. Try the balancing on your triceps. If none of that works for that inversion, then I want you to come here, wide leg fold, and I want you to kind of let your hands come down so you have that grounded support and let the head hang. So you can just switch it out. So make sure you have a triangle from hands to head. So you usually have to walk them back further than you think. Kathleen, that looks awesome. So awesome. Your elbows are perfect. Yep, you got it, Jen. Yep, you got it. Keep lengthening the back of your neck. Yep. Nice, Dawn. Yep. Push from those shoulders. Yeah, nice, Rachel. Yeah, good. There you go. Find your core. I mean, you guys remember that levity. Yeah, yeah. Woo. Okay, shake it out when you need to. Whew. It's a calming pose, but I tell you what, getting up is a lot of work, and so I feel like it kind of, nice, James. Yeah, activate those feet, either flexed or pointed. Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Okay, you guys, take your time, and when you're ready to come out, go ahead and head onto your back. That was awesome. Really nice work, you guys. Really nice work. Okay, let's come on to our backs. Go ahead and bend your knees. Take a moment to just let the breath come in a little deeper. Celebrate kind of your success of the discipline it takes to try things that are scary or unfamiliar or challenging, because you know our nature is to avoid those things. So we're doing them. So go ahead and cross your right leg like you're sitting in a cross-legged in a chair. And then bring your legs in towards you. You can hold on to your knees or you can hold on to your shins. Rock side to side. You can make little circles. Okay, take your arms out to the side and you can go palms down for more support. Move your hips to the left and drop your legs towards the right. Now it's an awkward position, so use your right thigh to traction that left hip away from your chest. So I'm kind of squeezing onto my thigh and I'm pulling my thigh bone down and away. So that should sometimes take out some tension there. It's okay if your left shoulder lifts. Sometimes I like to kind of let it go side to side and kind of floss the shoulder a bit. Take nice deep breaths. Even that arm over your head can feel nice. Kind of help the tractioning.
I want you to take some really nice deep exhales to really clarify your body. Kind of letting this twist, that final kind of wringing out of anything that your body's ready to release. And then using the strength of your core and your legs, come up. And then unravel yourself and either come to a bridge or a happy baby just to neutralize your spine. So either grabbing ankles or outer edges of feet. And then place the feet down. And then cross your right leg over your left, like you're sitting cross-legged in a chair. Unless, is that the right one? No, left over right, I think. Make sure it feels the opposite. Got a little confused there. And then side to side or pulling it in. Starting to feel that sensation in the hips, in the low back. And then move your hips over to the right, and then I'm gonna have my arms however I need, and then drop the legs to the left. And it's awkward, so you notice my right shoulder lifts. So using that left inner thigh, traction your right hip down. And then I like to kind of floss the shoulder. So I'm just kind of moving it up and down. Maybe over my head for a big stretch. Then use your exhales to release. And then slowly come out, and then bridge or a happy baby to neutralize. And then if you'd like to prop up your chest so that you can do some good inhales, you might, we've done this before, you might lie your upper back on a block with the second one. Like so. So one block's higher than the other. I can come here. I could roll up a blanket, right? Just to kind of lift the chest a little bit so that we can focus now on the inhales, what we're bringing in. So get yourself all cozy for that. Or if you'd like a different position, that also is totally fine. So now that we've kind of breathed heaviness out, just taking a few moments to kind of feel your body relax. As if you could kind of soak in healing from the earth, from the trees, from the birds, if you can hear any birds, from the sunshine. And then imagining that you can kind of scan your brain, your mind. Remember when we used to like defrag our computer? Like, I don't even really know what that was, but I remember like you were supposed to do it. I want you to search for like any of those places in your brain that feel like mismatched. Like maybe there's a thought in there that doesn't match your potential, or maybe there's a worry. And just kind of looking for that, and then you're going to kind of, like we've been doing, delete, 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 click, defrag, whatever that was doing. You're just going to kind of clear. And just putting that intention to harmonize the mind through the breath, for every breath in, downloading that new program, clearing out anything mismatched. So just take a moment to just imagine with every breath in, that's what you're doing. With every breath out, there it goes, delete, delete, click, cut. And then feeling that channel between heart and mind clear and free, like a kind of like a breeze running between them, or like a river fluidly running. Heart energy to head, head energy to heart. And then allowing that stream to continue to be able to expand. so that our minds can open to our expansive potentials, our creative potentials, to draw in new insights, new ideas, new perceptions. Keep moving it through the heart, through the mind. Maybe imagine downloading it from outer space, with that clear, easy channel going up and down, in and through. And then imagining yourself in your potential, feeling confident, feeling free, feeling happy, feeling joyful. Feeling calm and peaceful, trusting yourself, trusting that you have wisdom that guides you to make decisions that you need to make in perfect timing. Being able to discern what is necessary for you to focus on and what you can eliminate from your sphere so that you can declutter, simplify, hone in on the good stuff. So imagine yourself in that way, clear-minded, peaceful, grounded, stable. Take a deep breath into that. Exhale, send it through all of your body. And then just rest. Almost like you just rebooted your computer and now just letting your computer reboot with easy, deep breathing. Imagining that your computer is just rebooted, your operating system is updated, most current program with all the new tricks, bells and whistles. Start to deepen your breath, bring it to the entirety of your body, the low back, side body, chest, the upper sternum. Hold at the top and you get a nice full deep breath and then slowly let it out as if you're kind of sending that fresh prana throughout the entirety of your body, rejuvenating yourself. Imagine how you want to see yourself in this day, what you want to carry with you into your day. Maybe it's a connection to this community and these beautiful people that show up together so that we can practice living, practice being embodied, take care of ourselves. So take that in and then start to wiggle your fingers and toes, moving up to a seated position. When you get there, rubbing your hands together. No rush. And then head and heart. And then both on heart. Remember your intention. Acknowledge the efforts you made towards your intention. The light in me honors and celebrates the light in you. Thank you so much for your practice today. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being a part of inspiring us all to refine and enhance those aspects of ourselves that give us more joy, that allow us to live more fully and vibrantly.